What's up, everyone? Welcome back for the next round of bowling. Fuck yeah. Alright, so yeah, continuing on with my kind of just, chill recording session today and all that good shit. So, anyway, continuing on kind of also with telling you guys about how my year has gone and different events that have happened in my life this past year. And, oh, nice, starting off good. And so I'm going to tell you guys during this part about a certain event that happened in my life that was actually a pretty big deal for me. I actually had a surgery done earlier this year. Not a huge major deal, just to get my wisdom teeth out because I've been having a lot of issues with mouth pain. Again, stemming from my wisdom teeth, obviously. So, that's been a bit of a fucking problem, so I'm like, I need to get something done about this. But that ended up being a huge ordeal because under my insurance policy that I have for dental insurance, I am supposed to be covered for that exact procedure, but the insurance company kept denying me over and over and over and over and over again. They kept denying coverage for the procedure because they didn't feel like footing the bill for it, even though that's the point of insurance in the first fucking place, It's like we don't pay premiums to have you sit on your ass and do fucking nothing, That's not how insurance should work. Unfortunately, that's how insurance does work in this country because the healthcare industry in this country is a fucking joke. And I mean the healthcare industry as in, like, healthcare insurance, not, like, necessarily, like, nurses and doctors and shit. But the healthcare insurance industry in this country is fucking despicable. If there's one thing I've learned from having to go through that ordeal of getting my wisdom teeth out, it's that the healthcare insurance industry in this country is truly fucking despicable. It's despicable and it's disgusting that there are humans that would take advantage of other people's suffering. That is disgusting to me. Absolutely disgusting. So I had to deal with that for 5 months of, going at it with the insurance company to try to get them to cover the procedure that I was supposed to be covered for in the first place. So, had to battle them for like 5 months. I had to wait 5 months in constant tooth pain just to get my wisdom teeth out. And, yeah, as you guys can imagine, that fucking sucked. Like, it got to the point with the insurance company where my dad, because I'm still on my dad's insurance, where my dad had to literally file a formal complaint with the state insurance commissioner. He had to actually file a complaint against these assholes. And then finally, magically, my procedure got approved. Imagine that. Because my next step was going to be taking them to court and suing their asses. That was honestly going to be my next step. I was going to go all Phoenix Wright on their asses and be like, objection! Over and over and over again. Like, literally, the judge would have literally said, all right, the court is now in session, and I would have been like, boom, objection! I just would have gone all Phoenix Wright on their asses. It would have been kind of actually entertaining. Luckily, it didn't come to that, though. But I was prepared to do it. I was going to start looking into getting a lawyer and be like, this is bullshit. I'm going to sue these assholes for a shit ton of money, and then they're going to pay for my procedure anyway. Goddamn, I still missed that shot? That's depressing. Oh well. So, yeah, luckily, though, it didn't come to that, and once my dad filed that formal complaint against the insurance company, then my procedure magically got covered by them. Imagine that. So, yeah, I was able to get my wisdom teeth out, which is cool, I guess. That being said, though, it unfortunately didn't solve as many problems as I thought it would. And I'll be discussing that more so later on. But yeah, that was frustrating having to deal with that for 5 months. You know, it was a distraction. It was a huge fucking distraction because I was in school at the time. And I was trying to get an extra little certificate degree from the college or whatever. And my mind was just all over the place because I was in constant pain from the fucking wisdom teeth. And it just wasn't good. I couldn't focus on my schoolwork, so I had to drop out of a couple classes. I failed a couple of them, so I wasn't able to get an extra certificate degree, which sucks. The only good thing that came of it is that, you know, I was able to, if I ever, like, fill out a resume or anything, I can add a couple of extra classes to that resume, because I did take a couple of, like, business leadership classes that I did actually pass. Most of them I failed, to be honest, because, again, I was in so much pain from my mouth that it was hard to focus on that many classes at once. So, you know, kind of sucks. But I'd like to think it wasn't a complete waste of time and money, because I know one of the classes I actually did pretty decent in. I got, like, a C or something, so I got a C or a B, I can't remember. But, yeah, it actually went pretty well, so you know, I can at least put that on a resume or something. So, again, I'd like to think that wasn't a complete waste of time, but having to deal with that whole wisdom tooth thing just really was a huge and massive distraction that got in the way of me, you know, potentially furthering my education credentials even further, but oh well. So I'm just trying to finish what I set out to do in the first place and get my stupid goddamn motherfucking associate's degree in science so I can do something with the rest of my life. I don't even know what the fuck that's going to be, you know. I just don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But yeah, that whole situation was just completely fucked. It was total bullshit. Completely mishandled by the fucking insurance company. Just completely despicable. Completely despicable stuff. And I even tried to call the insurance company at one point, but literally the person was so rude over the phone to me. I'm like, excuse me? You're being rude to me? I'm a customer here. Like, you know, you could at least try not to be a complete asshole. Just a thought, you know? Apparently this person doesn't have a brain or whatever and didn't understand the idea of, you know, being polite, which is, you know, customer service 101. You know, and I understand customer service because I answer phones at the place I work at. So, you know, it's like, fucking really? And I'm like, I'm not wasting my time with this pathetic piece of garbage. And I literally hung up the phone on them. I just hung up. I don't even remember if I said this out loud or not, but I was just like, you know what, fuck this, and I just hung up the phone. I think I just said, you know what, and then just hung up the phone. I think that's what I actually said, but I don't really remember. I just remember I was pissed. And at that point, I just went to my dad, and I'm like, you gotta do something about this, man. I'm done dealing with these ass fucks. And then he got the ball rolling, and then eventually had to file that complaint with the state insurance commissioner. And then we got that finally dealt with after 5 months. I got my fucking wisdom teeth out. And now here I am, some like 7 months later, and guess what? My mouth is still in pain. So I'm going to tell you guys more about that later on in the day, but yeah, to go through all that and have it be almost for nothing, just, yeah, story of my life. I have to suffer and work my ass off just to have it mean nothing in the end. Yep. That basically sums up the story of my life, so. Pretty fucking sad story it is most days. But you know, if that's the way it has to be, then so fucking be it. Oh well, right? But yeah, that was a big deal this year, was getting my wisdom teeth out. You know, I'd never been on anesthesia or any of that shit before, so when they, like, put me under and whatnot, that was, like, one of the most trippy experiences of my entire life. That was actually the most trippy experience of my entire life. Because, like, you know, they put that mask over your face, right, which pumps the gas into your, you know, mouth and whatnot. So you breathe that shit in. And it's so fucking weird because literally, like, they told me, like, they put the mask on my face, you know, hooked up the gas and shit. And, you know, they told me to take some deep breaths or whatever. And so I did. And I, like, blacked out, right? I don't remember a thing. So from the time I was taking those deep breaths to the time I woke up, there was no passage of time. It felt like there was legitimately no passage of time whatsoever between the time I actually, you know, got knocked out, or put under, rather, and the time I got up. There was, like, no passage of time between the time I woke up and the time I got knocked out. So, yeah, they knocked me out. The next thing I remember, I was waking up, like, instantly. So fucking weird. And plus, I could hardly walk when I came to. I was so fucking dizzy. I felt like I was drunk. Like, I've never been drunk before because, you know, I don't drink too much alcohol, you know, because I don't believe in doing that. But yeah, it was trippy. It was weird. I could hardly walk. I think I almost fell over at one point. I kind of just, like, grabbed the wall. I was like, you know. So then they put me in a wheelchair, wheeled me out to the car or whatever, and my dad drove me home. So I was still living at my mom's house at that point. And that's another big event I'm going to be talking about later on, too, is, you know, moving to my dad's house and all that shit. So... I think I accidentally went an extra frame on this one. So I usually only go to frame 5 or whatever, so whoops. Yeah, my bad, I wasn't really paying attention. That's alright, though. Again, taking things chill today. Alright, so gonna end things here and then finish out this game next time. I know I didn't quite get it halfway through this time, but, you know, whatever. Either way, we'll finish up this game next time. So until then, guys, peace out.